What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Mage Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Today I'm going to be talking about Xbox Game Pass. I know it's been a while since we've had these like new tiers sort of talked about on their Game Pass list, but I genuinely just think at the moment that Xbox just does not care about the console user at all. Like, they just do not care about the console user, and I genuinely don't know, apart from Xbox fanboys like myself used to be, hence the t-shirt. I'm not such an Xbox fanboy anymore after all this stuff. I actually play primarily a little bit more on PlayStation these days and PC and stuff, but I love the Xbox console. For people who are going to call me an Xbox fanboy or an Xbox hater, I love my Series X and the Starfield wrap. I absolutely think the console is phenomenal. I actually think it's better than the PlayStation 5 console with amazing features like Quick Resume. I've said it in my videos before, but I just absolutely cannot support a company that is so anti-consumer against Xbox users right now and just doesn't seem to want to care about the people playing on the Xbox console, and I think it's a shame. So my point here is, if we look at the new tier list, we've got Gamepass Core. I think this is good, but I think it's very, very much a shame that you're not going to get day one editions. This means any, like, as it says here, by Xbox Game Studios games like Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, id at Xbox, like, you're not going to get any of those games day and date. It would be really good to understand and know when they will come to the platform, when they will come to Game Pass Core, because at the end of the day, like, they will eventually come to Game Pass Core, but it's like, how many years, how many months? Like, that would be good to get something, to know. So all you're going to get is online console multiplayer, which this needs to just be scrapped from both PlayStation and Xbox. This is ridiculous that in 2024, going not far off 2025, people even need to have this as something that should be ticked under a fee. That baffles me still. You do not have to do that on PC. Xbox release games on PC. They have Game Pass on PC. This does not need to be this way. Limited catalog of 25 plus games on console. Member deals and discounts. So that's all you get for Game Pass Core. It really is a low budget, but it's still quite a lot of money, to be honest. But okay, sure. Game Pass Standard, $14.99 a month. You get the same three things, plus you get Game Pass catalog of hundreds of games. This is the huge Game Pass catalog, not just the 25 games, and not day one added at a future date. So I guess this one here, you do not get any of those games. This is just the bare bones stuff. 25 plus games, God knows what that includes. And this, you do not get any of them, but they will be added at a future date, just doesn't specify. And then you've got the $19.99 a month Game Pass Ultimate, which includes everything, including EA Play, Riot Games benefits, perks, discounts, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now, then the even weirder thing is you have PC. So the PC thing is $11.99, which is, last I checked, this is dollars, I'm used to pounds, but $3 less than this, yet it gets day one releases with a lot more, with two other options here: perks and discounts on games and Game Pass library, plus EA and Riot Games benefits, and it's less than their standard version. Like, if anybody who can defend this, you have to pay $8 more per month just for the fact you're on a console. There is no other reason to that. Literally, the fact that you are playing on their own device, they are going to charge you more. One of the reasons is because of this whole online fee here. I guess the other reason would be Xbox Cloud Gaming. I would happily remove this to get to this price. I think that it's... genuinely, somebody tell me why this is okay from Xbox. I cannot get my head around, apart from the fact that they just want to push PC Game Pass. We don't know at the moment what on earth is going on with Xbox. They are in a mess. The consoles aren't selling like much at all compared to the competitors of PlayStation, Nintendo. It's really not doing great. It's becoming a very niche console, to the point where big games like Black Myth, Wukong, and we've had various other titles as well, aren't releasing on the console at launch for that game. This is not something that happened in the previous gen with Xbox One and PS4, despite there actually being a power difference between PS4 that was running a lot of games at 1080p and the Xbox One, because it was so weak, was doing like 900p or 720p in a lot of cases. There was actual power differences. These consoles, there's really not that much of a difference between them. It's a very different generation, yet we're still seeing games just missing the Xbox platform entirely. It is very, very odd. So I just cannot grasp my head around this, apart from the fact that they just want to push PC gaming. They do not seem to care at all about console users, and they need to be very, very careful, because again, if they didn't have the console users, that is a huge amount of people that just aren't subscribing to Game Pass. There's a lot of people on console that are actually paying you a monthly fee for Game Pass, and you are screwing those people over and shoving it in their faces and saying, go play on PC at this point. Now, that's fine. If that's your strategy and you genuinely are not going to care about the console users and you're going to exit the console space, then fine. But I do think you should let people know, because you're out there at the moment talking about game preservation and preserving people's libraries, but you're preserving those libraries on consoles. What is happening? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing with the purchases people are making on the Xbox Series X and S right now? Are those purchases going to be transferred for people to play on PC? Because Xbox love to talk about how they have this, play anywhere, buy a game on Xbox, you also get it on PC. That is false. That is a lie. 99% of games that you buy on your Xbox console, you will not just be able to play on PC. You absolutely will not be able to do that. If you play them through Game Pass for the fee, then yes, you can jump between, with Ultimate, you can jump between PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. You can do that, but if you buy a game, like if I go out and buy a game that isn't one of Microsoft's own games and just buy a game on their store, then the chances of you actually being able to just download that game from the Microsoft Store, on PC is highly unlikely. It is barely any games that support that feature. Now, that's what worries me, because they talk about game preservation, and that is just not something they've explained to us as to how that's happening. We don't know what's going on. They've told us there is going to be another console, right? They have told us this, and it's going to be the biggest generational leap, but we just don't know how that's going to be. They're obviously pushing cloud gaming a lot. They've talked about cloud gaming. They've told us you don't need to buy a console, just go out and buy an Amazon Fire Stick, which is terrible marketing. And I just genuinely think anybody who is buying games on Xbox right now, I would be a little bit careful. I've stopped entirely buying games on Xbox because I just worry about the future of those games that I'm buying. If there's a game that's on PlayStation and Xbox, you best believe I'm buying it on PlayStation. And I'm buying it physically at the moment because I'm not even sure about PlayStation's future. Gaming is so uncertain right now. I'm buying things physically on PlayStation 1 because I like collecting. I think PlayStation will be there. But again, if it's not, I have something where I can resell this stuff to buy myself a PC in the future if there is no other alternative. If it's just PC gaming and cloud streaming from like PlayStation and Xbox, I'm going to play PC. I'm going to stay the native hardware route for as long as I possibly can. But for my consoles, where I play the majority of my games on a TV because it's just a little bit more comfortable, I'm going to buy them on PlayStation because I'm so unsure that if I buy a game, like I can't think of a game right now, but if I buy Black Myth Wukong and I don't buy it on PlayStation, I wait to buy it on Xbox, even if it did release the same day, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play that game in 10 years' time if I wanted to go back and play that game. I know some of you guys are, well, you're never going to play a game again, so you guys aren't going to go back and play Elden Ring ever again in the future, because I've already played that game through 5 times, and I guarantee I'll play it through again just this year alone, and I'll play it through again the next year. Like, I love that game to bits, and I will keep playing that game, and I will love to go back in 10, 15, 20 years time, and just to go back to this point. Everybody who says, oh, you never play old games, yes, you do. So many people go back and play the original Pokemon games now. It will be the same for me for things like Elden Ring and games that I love. Some of the Final Fantasy games, the remakes of those. I will absolutely be playing those again in my future, and if there's no hardware to play it on, that sucks, and that's what worries me about Xbox. And this whole tier list just shows me that they are just wanting to push PC. Everybody who owns a console only and doesn't have a PC should be absolutely insulted that you are having to pay $8 more than the PC users. And I'm not saying raise the PC price. I'm saying make them the same. Like, they should be the same. You have the same games on both. In fact, the PC library is sometimes slightly bigger because you have various PC-only titles like strategy games that just don't run on console. Xbox is making me unwell. I'm just frustrated. And for people who are going to start saying, oh, you're just a PlayStation fanboy, I'm absolutely not. I love both systems, and I have this a lot, and it's very frustrating. I enjoy both consoles. I want the best for both businesses because I like the fact that I buy 2 consoles. I enjoy that. 3, actually, if you include Switch. Like, I enjoy having multiple different consoles for different use cases, and I'm sad to see that on the Xbox side right now, they're just being very unfair. And I think on only the console users. I know Sony is awful to people as well. I'm just specifically in this video talking about Xbox and the state that this is showing up in, where they're genuinely charging so much more for their own platform users. If anything, this should be less. You've bought a console from them. Like, they are just outright screwing you over basically because Call of Duty is coming into Game Pass. That's pretty much the reason for this. This whole price increase is pretty much just happened to come before we've had Modern Warfare 3 just added to Game Pass, and we're about to get the new Call of Duty in a couple of months' time. Like, that's the price increase reason. But PC is nowhere near the price of the console version, even the standard. Like, this, like, okay, it's terrible. $8 more just the fact that you're on console, but the fact that the standard one doesn't give you day one releases and you're playing on Xbox's own platform and it's still $3 more than PC Game Pass. Are you really charging, like, even if you said, okay, online is $3, right? That makes up the difference. You're still not getting day one releases. What? I can't even deal with Xbox right now in their strategies and what the hell they are thinking. It baffles me that this is what they're doing, and I'm so sad to see this brand. And I'm just not going to support a brand that is doing this. This is just terrible for me. And I don't like it, and I'm sad to see it because I love the Xbox platform, I love the Xbox ecosystem. This is just disappointing, and if anybody is defending this, same for Sony. If Sony suddenly bump their subscription up and they do a PC subscription, and their PC subscription is far cheaper than their console one, I will be just as pissed for those people who are talking about that stuff. If there's a price increase to PlayStation, I'll be talking about it. Don't worry. Like, I'm not a fan of either. I like both. I'm not a fanboy of either. I just enjoy gaming, and I want the best for the consumer because I am one, right? I am a consumer of these products, and this frustrates me because it's just unnecessary, and they just seem to want to absolutely screw over the console player for no reason at all, and you're buying a console platform from them. And this is what they do. After promising us all these great games, we've had no great games from Xbox. There's been nothing that has been standout like some of the PlayStation games. There just hasn't been. Yes, we're going to start getting some decent games, hopefully, from Xbox. We're getting Call of Duty now. But at the end of the day, this is what they're doing because of that. We're finally giving you good games. Let's just bump the price up, even though we've promised you good games over the last 5 years and haven't delivered time after time with 30 FPS releases on console. Oh, Call of Duty's coming. We're going to bump your price up. Well done. Good news. Great. Love this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we have some more positive news in the future. And I'll, bye.